Good morning or afternoon, depends on when you're watching. I do my videos at 10 a.m. every Tuesday, and that's like Southern Ontario time. Anyway, what do I want to tell you today? Oh, hi, I'm Sandy, and I'm independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator right here in Canada. So welcome and thank you so much for joining me. Oh, I hope for my Canadian friends, I hope you had a lovely Thanksgiving where it was a quiet one for me. Well, no, it wasn't quiet. I was busy doing a cleanup in the basement because my renovation starts not this Thursday, next Thursday. So I don't have much time and I still can't get my daughter over here to get her stuff out of the house. How annoying is that? Anyway, so let's get to it. Today, I'm featuring the Magnolia, no, that's not what they call it, the Good Morning Magnolia Bundle. And I hope this is working because my video is not working, or it's not moving anyway for me. Oh, maybe it is. Oh, turn the sound off or I'll hear myself. Oh, hi, Darlene. Good morning. Sorry I didn't answer your message this morning. I was getting ready for my video. So yeah, Good Morning Magnolia. There's a whole suite, but today I'm featuring the stamp, one of the stamps and one of the dies. So here's the stamp set, and you can see, like, look how big that is compared to my hand. That is huge, and the paper's lovely. Now for today, I'm doing something I don't often do, and that is, let me just set my catalog down quietly. There we go. Heat emboss. I know I don't do that usually because it's noisy and it always bugs me when I see it on videos, but so be it. So I'm going to get everything set up. This is the Stamparatus, and I've already positioned the stamp. And yeah, like I said, it's the big one. You can tell my Versamark has a bit of color on it, and it won't matter. Hey, Kathy Jean, good morning. It won't matter because we're going to heat emboss in black. Yeah, there's another thing I hardly ever do. So let's get started. Okay, so this is Versamark, and you can see it gets kind of discolored with all the other inks that I might have touched things with, but no worries. So I'm going to give it a good inking up. I haven't re-inked this one in like forever, so we'll see how that goes. I wanted to mention also, while I'm inking, that, oh, you know what I forgot? Oh, the embossing buddy. 1 second. It's in the drawer, underneath the drawer that I need. Okay. I actually have two. So the embossing buddy is to get the static off of your paper, so the embossing powder only sticks to the embossed portion. And I better not move that because I had that lined up. You know what? Maybe I'll turn it over because hopefully it'll still work. Oh, I think it will. Pretty sure it will. Yep. Yep, it will. Magnet's just holding it down. Okay, yeah. Don't move your paper after it's already got a little bit of ink on it. So yeah, our blog hop is up, and one of the cards I'm featuring is in one of the classes for that's upcoming. All the details are on my blog, and I did put my blog there, but don't leave me now. Okie dokie. So I'm just going to give that a good press down. Make sure, because it's a very big stamp, and that's why I'm using the Stamparatus. You don't have to use the Stamparatus, but I'm using it because I found on big stamps like this, it works best. Like I said, this is a big stamp. There we go. And there's less image too. Alrighty, so I'm just going to take that out of there. And remember, with your magnets on your Stamparatus, do not let them clank together. They will break. They're ceramic, and they will break. Okay, I've already got my scrap paper underneath. Here's the powder. So I'm going to sprinkle it liberally. Oh, I just looked at the video. There's a bruise on my arm here. And that's probably from moving all the boxes. Yes, does my back hurt? Yes. Oh, apparently that didn't work. That's okay. That's getting cut out. Now I notice I missed a spot with this, so we just keep going till it's covered. I don't have one of those trays. I used to, but I think I got rid of it when I'm like, I hadn't heat embossed for ages, and why do I have this? Well, I do heat emboss, so now I know why I have it. But that's okay, because we can take our scrap paper and put another piece underneath and just fold it up and funnel it in. And good. All right, set that aside. Set that aside. And I notice I have some, I missed a bit, so I'm going to move that piece too. This is why I have so many pieces of paper here. I can get those in after the video. Alrighty, so now for the part, oh, and I kind of missed that section. That's okay, we have a backup. Okay, this is going to get loud, so don't mind me. So you can see with the heat embossing, I'm about, what, an inch, inch and a half away, but keep it moving until you see the magic happening, and then you can, you know, focus. There we go. There we go. And start to see it get shiny. As you know, it's very hot, so you need to keep your fingers away. Ta-da! Alright, so let's set that safely down. I have one of the older Stampin' Up! Heat embossers, and it still works. So I'll show you a little magic. Okay, so this is the die we're going to use. And like I said, it's big. I don't have like gigantic hands, but it's big. And ta-da! You knew I would have one. There we go. So there it is. Now, there's one thing I want to show you too, is I think this is really pretty the way it is. I use the basket weave embossing folder, and this is, oh, I always forget my colors. This is Bermuda Bay. So I think just like that, that's a really pretty card. Like, I would leave it like that, but I did promise blending, or that we're going to use the blends. I'm not the best blender in town, and I usually only have the light of these blends, but this time for some reason I have the light and the dark of the Bermuda Bay. And I think this one's Mossy Meadow. Let's see. Oh, Old Olive. I could be close. Alrighty, so in colorings, now I want to point out one thing. You can see the tip of this is kind of wrecked. I've used it a lot. And this is why I say I'm not really blending a lot. Because it just, the thing, like this one covers like everything. I may go over it. What I did discover in my practice one, that the more times I went over, the darker it got, and I thought that was kind of cool. But with this tip being a little bit frayed, I probably should get a new one, or pick a different green. You never know. So for now, what I'm doing is I'm just going to go over all of these fairly quickly. Any heat embossers out there? Like, I just think like the results are stunning. You know what I mean? Like, I just think it takes the card to a whole nother level. And the images. Now, I had done this in the clear, and it just didn't have it didn't pack the punch I was looking for. I use the clear a lot, but for this card and the size of this, I thought, yeah, go big or go home, right? So yeah, the black. It's okay to leave little white spaces as well, because as you know, nothing is a solid color, including our hair. I was surprised. I'm always surprised when I see the multitude of colors that we actually have in our hair. All right, so let's say I just go over this one and I'll show you how. That's just a second layer, and that's how much darker it got. So all my leaves will not be the same. Now, because that end is really frayed, there is absolutely no reason why we can't switch to the bullet end. And just give a few little highlights here and there. Mostly when you highlight, or in this case, dark light, does that make sense? We're just going to do the spots that are already dark. And I don't want to spend a lot of time on it, so let's go to the next one. I'm going to start with a light. See how the tip on this one is. Apparently fairly unused. Oh, and I just noticed I forgot to bring out the crumb cake. Well, this one will have a green stem. I think, yeah, I'm a big flower person. This is embarrassing. I think stems are green anyway, right? Yeah. Alrighty. Yeah, showing my expertise here in coloring. It's funny when you're doing it on video how much quicker I go than when I'm by myself. Just do. I should just take my time. Bermuda Bay is one of my favorite colors. Like, I just think it's so pretty. I hope they never, ever, ever get rid of it. Ever. That's a long time, isn't it? Okay, so that's a first layer. Oh, thank you, June. Thank you. Like I always say, I'm not an expert at coloring. I know what I want. You know, I know what I want. So I'll just go in just a little bit. Add the shadows where I think it'd be a little bit darker, and then we'll blend a little bit. Just a little bit, and then I get carried away. All right, go back to this one. Won't even put the lid on all the way. I actually want the flower quite a bit darker, so I probably could have used the dark. Actually, you know what? I think I will. Or at least some of it. We'll see. I love this image. Like I'm not familiar with magnolias, but they clearly are a beautiful flower. And I know the trees bloom beautifully. Although I don't have one. I do not have one. Alrighty. Almost done. It's the quick version of coloring. Oh, a little bit more right there. Okay. Not perfect. Oh, hi, Lisa. Welcome. If I don't put the lids on now, I might forget. That's why I have to do it now. Okay, I am going to use the bullet tip. There we go. Okay. So the good thing with this is you can always touch up later. Always, always. Like there's no hard and fast rule in my book anyway. Alrighty, so let's do a little bit of putting together. And I'm going to show you an alternative card as well at the end of the video. So here's my base, and I noticed there's a little spot here, which works out perfectly when you're putting things on top. And you know how I always say don't use a ton? Don't use a ton of glue. Ah! I've been warming the glue, so this is really going to come out fast. But I always find when it's embossed, and this is a pretty deep emboss, I need a little bit more Tombow. And you know I like Tombow because it gives me wiggle time. I'm looking for a spot where my finger's not going to get totally inked or glued. Alrighty. Oh, it's straight. My goodness. Way to go. Oh, dimensionals would come in handy. Alright. I'm quite alright. And actually, here's the other thing. Burnish. Make sure you push down and get it totally stuck. Especially on an image like this. And I do think, I still got gluey fingers. I do think, okay, if you're ever wondering if you get glue like that, I will show you something that will work. Now for me, I think you can get these like at a dollar store. I got this at our a surplus store. This, wait till the glue dries, and then just use this. It'll take the glue off. I don't know what it's called. We don't sell them. All right, so let's get our dimensionals. We have to pop it up, right? And this is not pretty big. This is big. So we're going to use quite a few. I definitely want to get them on the ends of the leaves and the petals. One in the center so it doesn't flop down. And I can go right about there. So that's quite a few. I don't think you can ever use too many. Dimensionals are our friends, right? Now, you know in the last few weeks, you've been following my videos. In the last few weeks, I've been doing Christmas cards. And that's where I'm going to show you an alternative to this. This is why I chose it, because one, it's a really versatile set, and two, I can do different things with it, which is kind of cool. So let's go this way. Yeah. Done. All right, I decided, there we are. I decided I would make this a sympathy card. I'm not of the belief that, and I like all. Oh, what's that? Love the cover. Yes, at the dollar store. Yep. All right. And I always get this upside down for some reason, but it doesn't matter because we're going to trim it anyway. So this is, oh, dang it. Bermuda Bay. And for some reason, I cannot do this white on white. Okay, so what I was saying about sympathy cards is I don't necessarily think they have to be all dark. Add some color. The person's had lots of sadness, so give them some color. That's just my thought. That's my thought of the day. Let's see. Oh, idea. Oh, don't take that away yet. Before we finish, nope. I was looking for, oh, I know. Oh, memento. I have a little sneak peek for you. This is our new paper trimmer. And I wasn't going to use it, but I just realized where I stamped that. So first things first, I am going to take the triple banner punch and slide that in. And as always, you know we use these upside down. And then just bring it back and snip the end. Just want to make sure it's mostly straight. And then, yeah, here's the new paper trimmer. A few things I really like about it. It's not available for you yet. It is available for demonstrators. So if you wanted to sign up as a demonstrator, you could order this now. You don't have to wait. We don't have a release date, is what I was saying. There we go. A little shorter. I'll show you some of the little doodads on here that I like. And a little shorter. Not there yet. That's what I'm looking for. Alrighty. So a few really nice things about this. It's got a nice big flat surface. One of my favorite features on this is right here. These little lines. I can take a small piece of paper. Do I have? Well, yes I do. Like this. And if I wanted to, see how this butts up against? On the previous trimmer, it would go right past and you wouldn't be able to do that. And sometimes I have really skinny pieces like this that I want to cut off of probably a fairly small other piece. Alrighty, so we have really big, I will show you. There we go. There's a little slot right here where these come out. This is the scoring blade and it is way bigger. On the previous one, it just had a little dot, which was, I don't know. I always felt like I had to replace it. This one has a way bigger blade, which is really nice. I hope you can see that. I know it looks small on the video. And putting them in is so much easier. There's a little, I don't know if that's in there. Let's turn it this way. There's a little slot right here with a little, I don't know, bubble on the side. You just set it in and it's in. You set it in. So if you want to switch it around, like I always like my blade at the top, but if you want to switch them around, you could certainly switch them around. The arm is nice too. It's got a little slot and it goes right up to 17 inches, like crazy big. And you can hang it too. I thought that was kind of cool. And then opening it, I either open from the top or the bottom or both. I love that they have the measurements across here. Now I'm going to talk about that more in the coming weeks. I just needed to cut that little piece. So for demonstrators, we can order it right up to the 31st of the month, which is kind of cool. Alrighty. And I do not have my small dimensionals. So let's just grab those. I think 2 should suffice. It's a nice small sentiment. Oh, and that sentiment, by the way, I do forget to tell you these things, don't I? It's from the Itty Bitty Greetings, and you get all these. So there's so many that they have to use 2. 32 stamps. There, I read that. It's not like I remember it, you know. Alrighty. Oh, and come to Sandy. Alrighty. It's probably best that I stick it on first. There we go. For me, yeah, right about, yeah, there. I think that is crooked. I think that would make a lovely, a very lovely sympathy card. And I do notice, yeah, the glue's almost dry up there. Okay, so I did promise you I would show you this as a Christmas card. And there we are. So for this one, I used Cherry Cobbler, which you might think is strange because the base of this card is Merry Merlot. But I really, really liked this, the way this turned out with that. I thought they went nicely. I don't know if I have, oh, I do have Cherry Cobbler handy. One moment. See what I mean? I just liked it better with the Merry Merlot. So, you know, hello rule breaker, right? Anyway, so for this one, I just added a little bit of glitz, a few of the clear rhinestones. I used the same color. This is still the Old Olive. And this is the, I forget the name of it. It's in the holiday catalog. Scrolly something or others. That's horrible. Now, of course, I'm looking to see if I do have a catalog. One moment. You probably hear things dropping. I did write all this down, but then I completely changed the cards we were going to be making. Stylist Scroll. I was so close. And it just got the prettiest, kind of delicate. I really like that. Anyway, and then Season's Greetings. That's from the Itty Bitty Christmas. And there you go. So there they are. Do you have a preference, I'm wondering? Oh, you do? Thank you, Lisa. I wasn't sure. You know, I don't know why I don't have confidence. I may go over some spots again, but I think that's kind of the way I like it. So I would, okay, I know it's only October, but I've been saying this, I think, since September. I have a big birthday coming up in December, and I am looking to increase my visibility just a bit. So I would very much appreciate that you share my video with your friends. And if you're watching on YouTube after the fact, please give me a thumbs up and hit subscribe. I was thinking, wouldn't it be nice to have, I don't know, make up a number, 700? Yeah, okay, I'm a ways away from that. But anyway, share, and that would be wonderful. So, oh, and by the way, that was the bone folder. I didn't like the way it wasn't sitting flat. This is the kind of thing you normally do before the video. But as long as you do it on the back, there, sitting flatter the way I like it. So anyway, my friends, that's what I have for you today. Thank you for joining me. I'll be back, no doubt, with more Christmas goodies next week, or who knows. And do check out my blog, because there's a brand new card, and that is part of a class that I'm offering in November. And they have other classes, and I know you're not all in Ontario, not all in my little area here in KW. However, I do have the classes to go. They call it the Take It to Go classes. So anyway, that's all I have. So thank you. See you next Tuesday. Bye-bye.